Hey, what is happening? My name is Sam, and this is Headbangers on Hard Rock Television. So we're going to be talking about a band that's been around for a while, but has a new album in 2023. And if you're into doom metal, I think you should watch this video, all right? So let's get into the video. So today's band is a band called Iron Void. Iron Void started in 1998, and they lasted to about 2000, where they pretty much called it quits. And that was a four-man group. 2008, they reunited, they got back together, and since then, they have come out with a couple albums, EP, and a single, I believe. So just to check them out, since I've never heard of them before, I've never heard of them or their metal. I wasn't really crazy about doom metal, even though I did like some Trouble back in the day. So I went back in 2015, checked out the album called Doomsday, and there you go, man. You got the old Black Sabbath. And now this is old school. I mean, when you look at the sound, they said they wanted to pay tribute to bands like Pentagram, Cathedral, Black Sabbath, and Trouble, and you definitely will get this with this band. This is an old school doom metal. If there's any new doom metal out there, I would appreciate if somebody would put that in the link so I can hear what maybe up-to-date doom metal sounds like compared to older school doom metal. And you have John Seely, I believe he is on bass. You got Steven Wilson, he is the guitar and singer. And then you got Scott Naylor on the drums. So the Doomsday album was really good. It definitely had the old Black Sabbath, it definitely has Trouble feeling in there, and even some Cathedral, which you will definitely hear in this new album. As I go through all the new albums, there's so many new albums, so many new bands, and even older bands. And I'm just checking them out. And if there's a band that I think sticks out to me, I'm going to bring it on to this channel and show them to you. Maybe I'll help you find your new favorite band. And I think it's pretty cool. I've heard some really, really good freaking stuff coming up. So please stay tuned. So if you're definitely into that, please hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up. That really helps the channel out, and hit the notification so when I do put a video up, it'll let you know. So the new album in 2023 is called 4. There's a couple other new albums that are actually just labeled with numbers, like 6. I forgot. There's a band that just came out. Oh my God, I was just listening to it. It's called 6. I think I'll have a review on that coming up. So on this album, it has 9 tracks. The first song is like a minute and so, but it's kind of just an instrumental. I don't know, sometimes I don't ever get that sometimes, and that's just because it's just a pretty much basic song with no vocals onto it. I wasn't too crazy about that song. Now the second song on the album definitely will pay tribute to bands like Black Sabbath, Trouble. Grave Dance is a really good song, really good. I mean, on this whole album, I wouldn't say the guitars were pretty straightforward, nothing really difficult, technical, or anything like that. Even a couple of leads. I mean, you have some leads in there in this whole album, and they're not going to be shredding. I mean, that's just not doom metal, I would believe. It's just a good. It can be, even though it's doom, to me, it could be a little bit more upbeat, to where some of them are very dirty, very, gritty and stuff like that, more slower and dark. That's the way I would put doom metal. Living on the Earth is the third song on the album, which to me, that when I was listening to the guitar sound actually sounded more like Corrosion of Conformity. I don't know, that was really good. And that is definitely guitar. The first and second song, I do believe that is Steven Wilson on guitar. He is actually playing, singing vocals on this one. And I think him and Jonathan, the bass player, they switch up on a couple of these songs. Even though they kind of sound familiar vocally, you can see that the bass player, Jonathan, has more of a grittier voice. You will see that, definitely hear that in this album. And that's where I think Jonathan comes in, bass player, and it's called Pandora's Box. And this one definitely is more of a grittier song.
I'm going crazy.
Okay, I can give you every adjective there is or every description that comes in the dictionary. What I can tell you is that this was more of a heavier song, especially vocally. I like the mix up with that. He brings a little bit more grittier voice, and it's a little bit more darker. But when we get down to track six is probably my favorite song on the album. Would I call it a ballad? I guess you could. I guess you could call it a ballad. But when I started hearing this really reminded me of like the mid to late 70s Judas Priest. The song is called Dreamer Deceiver of Judas Priest, and this song from Iron Void was called She. Not that they're the same, but when I heard him singing and I heard the guitars, it really brought me that. Now, Dreamer Deceiver is on YouTube from Judas Priest. If you want to go check that out, it's pretty easy to find. You put that in Judas Priest. That's when Rob Halford had the long hair and stuff. That I just really put that in my mind when I was listening to the song. It's really good. And I would believe this is just a good ballad in the doom, in the doom way, I guess you would have said. Now, the only downfall that I really didn't like was, I think it was one song, I can't remember exactly what song it was. He was singing like note for note, even through the chorus and the breakdown, everything with the guitar. I mean, it was just note for note. I don't know, I didn't like that. This album to me was probably one of the first albums that I actually kept and saved to listen to it. Like I said, I'm not really a lot. I'm more of a thrash metal guy. But this was actually stood out to me. It was really good. Singing's really good on it. And like I said, you definitely will get the feel of the older school Trouble, Cathedral in some of it, even Pentagram. If you listen to them, they definitely pay tribute to all these bands. So if you want to listen to some newer bands or me bring you some new music that I found from albums, from the major labels to this album, I don't think was on a label, I believe. I'm actually might play a song or two. I thought this album was good enough to bring to you guys, and I hope that all the albums I'm getting ready to bring to you, that you like it, and if you like this kind of stuff, so you don't have to go looking around for it, maybe I can help you find your new favorite band. Won't you go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, because I got some cool stuff coming up. Me and two of my friends, we got a new collab coming up real soon. And I think you'll really like it. If you would subscribe and like and share this would be awesome. And I will definitely see you next time. So rock on, guys.